Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 15th. This week, we are going to jump right in here. You have this transporter card. It says things will manifest much sooner than expected. You have this laborer. It says your hard work will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. Yeah, it seems like a really good week, so we'll have to see. There you go. 10 of Pentacles. Love it. Coming up right off the bat. So you could be manifesting something great at this time. It could be money or just abundance in general coming in for you here. So I feel this could be a lot of success. The star would also say that this is something that has to do with attention. Sometimes when I have the star with like the 10 of Pentacles, it really says to me that you could be attracting something that requires attention. And so what I mean by that is like a job, a promotion, a raise, if you work in social media, standing out more. So again, the list goes on and on there. But, if you want a raise or a promotion, or if you want to stand out in some way, like, damn, you have the sun and the star here. The sun and the star represents fame and fortune, but it also represents a lot of attention. So again, I think attention could be very important for you this week, Cancer, or getting attention on things that you want to improve, or getting attention on things that could lead to more abundance would be a really good idea. So like I said, if you want a raise or a promotion, try to stand out more. Try, ask your boss for a raise or a promotion, or do things that could lead to that. If you're hoping to get a job, now would be a good time to maybe schedule some interviews, or do something like that. So it looks really, really good. The 10 of Pentacles can represent building, leaving a legacy. And so a lot of you are probably looking for, permanent opportunities, like a job that lasts, a relationship that lasts, whatever you're looking for. Not really a love reading here, but, again, that could always change. You have the star. So it's kind of like you are a little bit of the star this week, and you could be standing out. We also have the tower, and obviously in a reading where we have the tower, we also want to have the star, because the star represents healing from a tower moment. And I do feel a lot of you are kind of like healing from a tower moment, or you are healing from something. You have this boundaries card, and I'll show you this in a minute. But I feel like some of you maybe had a tower moment because someone crossed your boundaries, and that could be the thing that you're healing from. I also want to say that I feel what this second row is saying is that now in the future, moving forward, wherever someone crossed your boundaries, doesn't have to be love. It could be in business or work, or it could be your boss or whatever. I feel like this is saying, like, stick up for yourself, stick up for your boundaries, so that it doesn't happen again. And this could be like a little thing. I remember like years ago, I was working at this place, and my boss, like, it started with him like constantly asking me to cover his shifts, right? And I was just being a nice Pisces at the time, so I started saying yes. And it's like, then eventually it got to the point where he just expected me to just do it, right? And I was working like 90 hours a week, right? Which was ridiculous. And he just expected it. And he expected no pushback at all, because I didn't set boundaries. And really, that was my own fault, right? Because I never said anything. So again, I think that the star card could, that popped into my head, and I've like never told that story. And, I feel like that could be what's going on here. It's like there could be a boss or something in work where it's like, if you don't set those boundaries now, it's going to create a bigger problem like it did for me in the future, right? And so I would set those boundaries. You have the Justice card. I actually feel like you could be getting some karma here from a tower moment, or if a person caused a tower moment in your life, or, if they did something that caused a tower moment, there could be some karma. I don't necessarily think that we ever really see a person get their karma. I always tell people when they ask, like, is this person going to get their karma? I always say, well, probably not, because you're looking for it. So the universe can't deliver karma when you're like hoping that someone gets karma. So I always tell people, their karma should be your glow up, right? And that's the only thing that you should focus on. And you also shouldn't focus on it for that reason. So, but again, I think that there could be a little bit of a glow up going on here, Cancer. So it looks really good. And again, this could be like karmic rewards. With the 10 of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups. Yeah, if you do want love, I definitely feel that, not really a love reading. I think it's more about you. I think it's more about you getting attention. Now, of course, if you're getting more attention, you could naturally be attracting a new person, of course. But I do feel that there could be like a water sign or just a person. You also have Earth also stands out to me. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Capricorn. Could be a person. You have Scorpio, you have Pisces, Leo, Scorpio again, Libra. Literally, I just listed all 12 signs. So it could be any sign that's coming in for you, but I do feel that if you are attracting a person, that you're attracting a person who probably wants the 10 of Pentacles. 10 Ten of Pentacles is kind of like everything, the home, family, money, spirituality. They want the whole 9 yards. So there you go. With the Star, you have the Two of Cups. I mean, every time I say it's not a love reading, it always is. So whatever, could be a perfect match coming in for you. So if you want love, definitely could be a new love connection. Could be a little bit surprising. It could lead to some major changes. Again, the Tower doesn't have to be a bad thing. You have the World here as well in the same row as the Tower. And so this could just lead to you making a move, right? You could be moving to be with a person in the future. You could be traveling to meet a person. You could be it could just change your life in some way. And it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. But I do feel like there could be love coming in for you. I also feel that the Two of Cups is you and your higher self. So it really represents you communicating with your higher self. It seems to be like a very spiritual week this week, and maybe like the next few months, really. And I would be tapping into, spirituality. Even the Star she is sending these ripples off into the universe. This is the pool of universal consciousness, and she's pouring the water into that pool. And so it kind of represents the fact that she is telling the universe what she wants. And again, now it might be a good time to, not even just love, like all areas of your life, it might be a good time to really tell the universe what you want with the Two of Cups. With the Justice card, you have the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, you're definitely standing out. What else did I see here? I guess that's it. But the Queen of Wands, she really stands out. She's a card of seduction. So good for love, but again, it doesn't even have to be love. You can be seductive to a job. You can be attractive to being hired by a person, right? By, displaying your skills or by how you present yourself in the interview and things like that. And so those are always the things I think of with the Queen of Wands. Like, if I were to read for myself, which I don't, but if I were and I got the Queen of Wands, I would be thinking to myself, how can I make myself more attractive to the situation that I'm trying to get into, whatever it is. And that's really what's popping into my head here with her. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Croc Skink and Mantis. It says misdirection, boundaries, and vocalization. You have this Echidna. It says homebody, distinctiveness, and danger sense. So again, if you do have the Tower here, both of these cards kind of say misdirection, danger, or sensing danger. So I do feel that it would be a great time to put up those boundaries. When you think about it, the Echidna, it's kind of like a little porcupine, right? It has those quills, and it rolls up in a ball, and it protects itself. And so I feel that it would be, if you get a weird sense about something, then I would be putting up those boundaries, just like I said a minute ago. So, I think it's just that simple. I don't think this is anything that you have to be worried about or concerned about. All I think it's saying is, pay attention. You have the World, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Tower. The World is an accomplishment, and it can also represent completion or ending a cycle. And so I feel that you could be ending one cycle and starting another one. Your next card is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that is not moving. And so he needs to make a move. He has these empty fields behind him, and he needs to plant seeds in those fields. So I do feel it's like time for you to make a move, especially if you have an idea or if there's something that you want to go and get. I would make sure that you're going and getting it and not waiting for things to happen. This could be in any area of your life. For a lot of you, again, I feel it's a work opportunity. There's clearly, it's clear to me that there is some sort of opportunity in work or business that could be showing up here, like a raise, promotion, or just a new job if that's what you're looking for. Same thing in business. Again, there could be new opportunities for growth or for learning new things with the Knight of Pentacles. He represents knowledge and wisdom. He has those oak leaves on his helmet there, and those oak leaves represent knowledge and wisdom. And there could be a lot of things that he could learn. He could sharpen his skills. And you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles has these grapes on his cloak, and the grapes represent skills. So he is very skilled. The grapes really represent something that requires skill to grow, that requires a lot of skill. And so it's like you have the skills, or you're developing the skills, and now you need to use them. With the Tower, I feel a lot with the Tower. Number one, I feel like you already had a Tower moment, probably regarding boundaries, which we talked about in the beginning. And, again, so I think I wouldn't really call this a test, but I think that there could be another opportunity or another situation that's popping up in your life where you're going to have to set some boundaries, and I would just do it. The other thing I'm getting is that I'm getting something about time here where it's kind of like, I don't really like to say things in readings like time is running out, for example, because I feel like it creates like unnecessary fear, right? And really time is never running out. I don't think anything that's meant for us will ever pass us by, but I do kind of get this feeling going this way up here. And also 3 of Wands, it's showing up in the good stuff. But Three of Wands is like my card that says, what are you waiting for? You know, he is looking at these boats on the ocean that represent an opportunity that he should take, that he should really jump on, and he kind of needs to do it. And the sun, the sun says you're going to be very happy if you kind of leap towards something. So I'm not going to say that time is running out, but I would get going here. With the World, you have the Queen of Cups, divine counterparts right here. So definitely could be a very solid connection. You right here and another person, doesn't matter what gender you are, you could be attracting whatever you're into. But I do feel divine counterparts for sure. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. Like I said, very spiritual, intuitive time. I would be trusting your intuition. I would also be actively doing things to tap in to whatever you tap into. Source, meditating, manifesting, all those things I think would be a great idea. We also have better divine counterparts right here. High Priestess and the Hierophant are, in my mind, they are better than the Emperor and the Empress. It's a much more spiritual connection. So for those of you that are looking for love, there could really be a very spiritual connection coming in for you. With the Tower, you have the Eight of Wands. This could be quick communication, kind of like another symbol or sign that you do need to move quickly towards something, or you need to make up your mind on something. And I do get a little bit of that feeling here. The Eight of Wands is quick success. So whatever you feel like you're having to make a quick decision on, I feel like it'll be successful. I mean, clearly you have the Sun, the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is showing up in the good stuff. So I feel like you will be happy that you made a quick decision if that's what you are doing. In the area of messages from your future self, you have this Imagine card and you have this Thinker card. So both cards are kind of cards of thinking. That it's kind of hard to see on this Imagine card, but there's this lady, she's pulling the moon down to earth, and the moon can represent her dream. The Thinker card is, again, you probably thinking about your dream or something that has to do with your dream. And so I feel that you could be your future self is almost saying that it's time to stop thinking and it's time to start acting, which we see here with Queen of Wands is kind of like that first step of action. She has to do something in her life, like the story of the Queen of Wands, is that she has to work towards something without knowing if it's going to work or not. She is my card of learning as you go. So you're clearly entering into a situation where you don't know what's going to happen. And it could be attached to your dream, or it could be something that you are fantasizing about. Again, I feel like you've spent enough time thinking about it. We have the Hangman showing up here. The Hangman has been hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and now his head is glowing. He has gained enlightenment, so he has the answers. He knows, what he needs to do. He's gained all the answers that he can, and it's time for him to get off the tree and start working towards whatever he's working towards. He has sacrificed movement. He sacrificed the use of his arms and his legs, and that now it's time for him. So maybe you've been on pause is what I'm trying to spit out here, and now it's time to move forward. You have the King of Pentacles. You could be attracting someone who's like a King of Cups, King of Pentacles type person. King of Pentacles is a person who wants something permanent, a person who really puts the work in. I do also kind of feel this is talking about your skills, though. Like I said, he has those grapes. Grapes require specific skills to be able to grow well. And so it's like you're developing a skill in work or business that could make you very successful. So I like to see that. You also have the Sun. And the Sun is the best card in the deck. Of course, it can represent happiness, joy, success, all sorts of things. So I kind of feel the sun is shining on you. Obviously, this is a very positive reading. I feel like there's good stuff coming in. With the Hangman, you have the Emperor. All the divine counterparts are showing up here practically. So, maybe you've been waiting for an Emperor or an Empress, take it how it resonates, and this person is finally showing up. I also feel, the Emperor, of course, is a card of taking action, so it's clearly time to take action. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups here, and so the Page of Cups can be an admirer or a person that is interested in you, or you're interested in them, so I would go for it. This could also be a dream, though. He has that fish in that cup, and I always say that fish might not exist. It might be part of his imagination, and he needs to kind of grab onto that fish and bring it down to earth before it jumps into the water behind him. So again, I'm not going to say that time is running out, and I truly do believe that time doesn't really run out. Nothing that's meant for you will pass you by, but I do feel it's kind of saying like get to work on something that you are trying to manifest or that you've been dreaming of. We have all these cards. Star, even the stars are dreamy cards. It's card of like having a North Star, having something that you want to accomplish and needing to accomplish it. With the Sun, You have the Ace of Swords, a victory or accomplishing something that you want. The Ace of Swords is also your truth, and the sun is clearly shining a light on your truth. And by your truth, I mean, how do you want to live your life? What do you want your life to look like? And this says that you're either putting more attention on like what your dream life looks like, and really trying to manifest it here on Earth, or you are kind of becoming aware of what your truth is. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Rhino Spirit says, overcome any obstacle. You have this Antelope Spirit says, life is speeding up. We've been talking about this whole time. So things are clearly speeding up. If you're worried about any obstacles or challenges, I feel you will be overcoming those obstacles and challenges very quickly. Even the Ace of Swords is above the mountains. And so the Ace of Swords above the mountains says that, it doesn't matter if there are obstacles or there are things in the way of you getting what you want. You will easily be able to overcome those things with the Ace of Swords, because that's what it represents. You have the Hierophant, the Death card, and the Three of Wands. The Hierophant, of course, could represent marriage. So if you want love, clearly this could be a person that you are going to marry. The Hierophant can also represent outside-the-box thinking, and that's really, really the message I'm getting off of the Hierophant. Is that I kind of feel like you're staying open to other ways of doing things in life, and being more flexible at this time is always a great idea. We had a lot of energy over the last couple years in Taurus, and some of that energy has moved on, like Jupiter, but we still have Uranus in Taurus, and I think whenever we have a lot of energy in fixed signs, then we need to go the opposite direction. We need to be more flexible, stay open, and this is Taurus, by the way, so I think that you have learned how to be more flexible, which is probably just going to make you more successful. You have the Death card. I think there are clearly big changes coming in for you. Death, you have the Tower, the World even. The World with the Tower can represent big changes. And so I feel like you are making these big changes probably very quickly as well. It's like maybe your life has been slow for a while. Knight of Pentacles, Hangman, and now things are speeding up, and these changes are going to happen very rapidly for you. You have the Three of Wands. Again, Three of Wands says, what are you waiting for? Clearly, you have your eye on something that you want to accomplish, and I think it's time to get on those boats and go on that adventure. I also feel that you are expanding. Clearly, we also have a lot of attention in this reading, and so the Three of Wands is very expansive, and when you expand, you get more attention, which can lead to raises, promotions, all the things that we talked about. With the Hierophant, you have the Star again, so there you go. Definitely paying attention to your North Star. Your North Star is kind of like that big goal, wish, or dream for your life. And if you don't have one, I would create one in your head, and I would start kind of like working towards it, whatever you think your dream would be. And it doesn't have to be anything really all that specific either. It can be, kind of random. But I would focus on, bringing some sort of dream down to earth with the Star, the Hierophant, all this other stuff. With the Death card, you have the Tower, which is a good thing. It's coming up in the good stuff. I kind of feel like this is a clue that the Tower is not bad in your reading. I think it's just talking about, rapid change or things changing very quickly. I also feel that for a lot of you, this could just say that you are moving past a Tower moment that you had. Again, I think that the Tower moment you had was probably in regards to boundaries or setting boundaries. But now that you've learned the lesson, you can kind of set more healthy boundaries moving forward. With the Three of Wands, yes, go on the adventure. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands says there are things that are making you feel enthusiastic or excited, and those are the things that you need to start working towards or start moving towards. Again, the Page of Wands doesn't have any answers. He doesn't know whether or not something's going to be successful or not. He just starts moving in a direction, and because he's excited about it, so whatever you're excited about, I would start moving towards it. You have this Decision card. There's clearly a choice that you have to make. I feel like the choice is like old life, new life. The Tower is about reality, and you have the Ace of Swords right next to it, which is about the truth. The whole point of the Tower is those people are being brought down to reality. So I feel like you have, but it's kind of popping into my head that you have two realities, old world, new world. I feel like your choice should be to step into the new world. Next, you have this Escape card. I actually do kind of feel like you feel that you are escaping from limitations, or you are removing limitations from your life. There's kind of like this Chariot here, which would be your card, even though this card is Mars and Pisces. But I feel like some of you feel that you are kind of getting away from situations that have been holding you back, which is a good thing. So I would say that, again, that's a positive escape. You have this Exaltation card. I feel like something is divinely guided in your life. I mean, even on the Hierophant, these two people on the Hierophant are being initiated by the Hierophant into something, and he is blessing both of those people with this symbol right there. So I feel like that some of you could be attracting something that is exalted, something that is a blessing for you. It could be love. It could be anything, really. But, again, I think something is being divinely guided. You have this flirtation card. Yes, I think flirting with this person, if there's a person in your life, would be a good idea. Definitely could be a connection. I mean, every single card basically says the same thing. So, go for it, Cancer, is what I'm going to say there. And finally, you have this companionship. Yeah, I feel like you're attracting a true companion, someone who really will care about you. This is probably like a friend and a lover at the same time. So I feel like, for those of you that want love, this looks great. For those of you that don't want love, I feel like this reading looks great. I feel there could be a lot of, positive attention in work or business. But this looks really, really good, Cancer. Love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.